This is the easiest time in history to live and the hardest time to be a man. Everything is available: food, comfort, entertainment, distraction, at any moment, without effort, without resistance, without struggle. And that's the problem, because men were not built for comfort. They were built for pressure, for challenge, for responsibility, for purpose. Remove those and something breaks, not physically, internally. You don't feel it at first because everything seems fine. You're comfortable, you're entertained, you're distracted. But underneath that, there's emptiness, no direction, no urgency, no meaning. And that void creates weakness, not because you're incapable, but because you're underused. Modern life removed necessity, and without necessity, most men drift. They don't choose a path. They don't commit to anything. They just exist, waiting, consuming, avoiding, and over time, they lose edge. They lose discipline. They lose structure. They lose purpose because nothing is forcing them to become more. When a man has no purpose, his mind creates problems. Because the brain needs direction, it needs something to solve, something to build, something to pursue. Without that, it turns inward. And when it turns inward, it starts overthinking. Small things become big. Uncertainty becomes anxiety. Silence becomes discomfort. You feel restless, unfocused, unstable, and you don't know why. That's the danger, because without purpose, your energy has nowhere to go. So it gets redirected into distraction, into consumption, into habits that numb you. Scrolling, watching, escaping, not because you're lazy, because you're empty, and emptiness seeks relief. That's where addictions begin. Not in weakness, in lack of direction. You're not trying to feel good. You're trying to feel something, anything, because doing nothing feels worse. But the more you escape, the worse it gets, because you're feeding the void, not filling it. And over time, you lose control. Your mind becomes reactive. Your habits become automatic. Your days become repetitive. Wake up, consume, distract, repeat. No structure, no direction, no purpose. Just movement without progress. A man without purpose doesn't just feel lost. He becomes lost. Because purpose is not optional. It's structural. It organizes your decisions. It defines your priorities. It shapes your behavior. Without it, everything becomes random. You wake up without direction. You move without intention. You act without meaning. And slowly, you stop recognizing yourself. Because identity comes from action, from consistent movement in a clear direction. Take that away, and identity dissolves. You become reactive. You follow what's easy, what's available, what feels good in the moment, instead of what matters. And that creates a gap between who you are and who you know you should be. That gap destroys respect, not from others, from yourself. Because deep down, you know. You know you're not doing enough. You know you're avoiding pressure. You know you're wasting time. And that awareness creates frustration. Silent, constant, heavy frustration. And over time, it turns into something worse, a lack of belief. You stop trusting yourself because you don't follow through. You don't commit. You don't stay consistent. And without that, you can't build confidence, because confidence comes from proof, and proof comes from action. A man with purpose moves differently. You can see it, not in what he says, in how he acts. His decisions are clear, his time is structured, his energy is directed, because he knows where he's going. That changes everything. When you have purpose, you don't hesitate as much. You don't overthink small things. You don't get lost in distractions because you don't have time for it. Everything becomes filtered. Does this move me forward or hold me back? That question guides your actions, and that clarity creates power because most men don't have it. They react, they follow trends, they chase comfort, they waste energy. The man with purpose doesn't chase, he builds daily, consistently, without needing validation, without needing motivation, because purpose replaces both. It gives direction when motivation is low. It gives discipline when emotion is unstable. And over time, that creates presence. You walk differently. You speak differently. You carry yourself differently. Not because you try, because you know. And people feel that. They respect it. They notice the focus. They notice the control. They notice the stability because it's rare. In a world full of distraction, a man with direction stands out instantly. You don't find purpose. You build it through action, through commitment, through repetition. Waiting to feel ready is the fastest way to stay lost because purpose doesn't appear first. Clarity comes after movement. So this is where it starts. First, choose something difficult, not comfortable, not easy, not entertaining. Difficult, something that demands effort, that requires consistency, that forces growth, because purpose is built through challenge. Second, commit to it, not when you feel like it. Every day, no switching, no restarting, no looking for something better. You stay because commitment creates direction. Third, structure your life around it. Your time, your energy, your focus. Everything aligns with your objective because scattered effort creates nothing. Fourth, remove distractions aggressively. Anything that pulls you away from your path goes. No negotiation. Because focus is what turns effort into results. Fifth, accept discomfort as part of it. There will be days you don't want to continue. You continue anyway. Because purpose is not emotional, it's structural. And finally, understand this. No one is coming to give you direction. No one is coming to push you. No one is coming to save you from drifting. If you don't build purpose, you will default to comfort, and comfort will weaken you. So the choice is simple. Build direction or stay lost. Build purpose or stay weak. This is disobey your limits.